Hello and welcome to the Jack Daniels post-race show following up the Dodge Charger 500 in Darlington. Bo Estes, Courtney George, a race that ended under lights, which begs the question, Courtney, why in the world are you wearing sunglasses right now?
Because these are my Darlington sunglasses that I got there last year, and as we all know, this race started early and all the drivers wearing this, or they had little shades like this that got torn off, and then when the lady in black got racing in the dark, it got interesting.
Well, you want to hear a little bit more about the lady in black and what went on down in Darlington? Let's head down to the media center in Darlington right now. All right, Dimitri, one thing I think everybody wants to know, we see a lot of extreme sports out there right now, but the one everybody's looking at is kiteboarding. Is it fair to call kiteboarding the it sport right now? We are joined now by our NFL analyst, David Archer. And David, first of all, the running game for the Falcons today, quite impressive. How important is it for them to have that balance in the running game?
Well, it's tough to argue with the fact that the U.S. has had a great deal of difficulty at the Ryder Cup. But, you know, they go over there with guys like Tiger Woods. They go over there with guys like Phil Mickelson. It's tough to explain how these guys are losing the Ryder Cup, but we'll get a chance to see it again soon. And we mentioned Phil Mickelson. Phil Mickelson, if you watch PGA.com today, in pipe number 2, Mickelson will be the featured pairing with Ian Poulter, a Ryder Cup candidate for the European team, as we just mentioned.
So after a wild finish that will be the topic of much discussion for Georgia Tech fans for years to come, perhaps Reggie Ball summed it up best after the game, saying that a loss is a loss, but at Georgia, you're going to have to expect a little bit of home cooking. For the Southern Sports Report in Athens, Georgia, I'm Bo Estes. Now let's send it back to the studio. All right, Bob, we are here with the man who has made that high school to professional basketball transition, Stephen Jackson. And Stephen, a lot of young guys coming into the NBA. Is there anything that you see in LeBron's game that, you know, you're a big offensive player, that you think you might be able to exploit tonight?
Welcome back. This is the Atlanta Thrashers Intermission Report. I'm Bo Estes. Nearly a month and a half into the season, we thought we'd take a look at some of the people doing the most statistical damage in the league, and one of our favorite parts of this segment is it gives us the opportunity to discuss Thrashers star forward Ilya Kovalchuk, who is not only the league leader in goals with 15, but also the leader of the league in power play goals with 9.
So Jimmy Johnson gets it done, and we're talking about the Coca-Cola 600 coming up next week. We want to remind all the fans out there, get your picks into us, both in the NASCAR.com chat room or in the AOL Instant Message room. Our handle is JD Pace Yourselves. Be a part of our little fantasy race thing here we got going here.
Competition we have going.
Yeah, a little competition we have going, and you know, one of us picked the winner this week, Courtney.
I know, and it's the first time I've been here to see you gloat, and I know I was sort of a brat to begin with, so I deserve it. Yes, I will bow to your amazing pick.
Look at that guy on the left there picking Johnson to win the thing.
But this race didn't count for points, so I'm not sure it should count for points.
Well,
in your
might not have
I
counted for
I think there's another asterisk attached to that.
Might not have counted for points for Jimmy Johnson, but that guy on the left there has a few points going up to number 23.
Good evening and welcome to TBS Sports Control presented by EA Sports. My name is Bo Estes. Today is Patriots Day in Boston, and what a glorious time it is to be a sports fan in Beantown. Just think about it. The New England Patriots are the Super Bowl champions, the Boston Celtics are back among the NBA's elite, and the Boston Bruins are the first seed in the Eastern Conference of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And if that's not enough, just imagine this. Before noon today, Boston sports fans could either go to the Boston Marathon or they could go out to Fenway Park to check out the first place Boston Red Sox taking on their rivals, the New York Yankees. The Yankees starting Andy Pettitte, and Andy Pettitte struggling a little bit early. Runners on first and second, one out. He needs a ground ball, and he gets it from Tony Clark, but the normally sure-handed Derek Jeter boots it. And that allows the bases to get loaded. Next up for the Boston Red Sox was Shea Hillenbrand, and Hillenbrand walks on 4 pitches, scoring Nomar Garciaparra. That's 2-0 Bo Sox, and Andy Pettitte was feeling it in his left arm. It's a trouble he's been having since spring training. He's got a sore pitching elbow. He was removed in the 3rd inning. In the 8th inning, Derek Jeter making amends for an earlier error that you saw. He gets a 2-run home run, and that brings the Yankees to within 1 run off of Rich Garces. And in the 9th inning, the Boston Red Sox go to Uget Urbina, and he Ugets Rondell White with the half swing there. And then Uget dealing to John Vanderwall. And guess what? Uget Vanderwall, and that's the game. The Boston Red Sox beat the Yankees 4-3. Derek Lowe going 7 strong innings with 9 strikeouts, dropping his ERA to 1.28. And Shea Hillenbrand, now the owner of an 11-game hit streak. Now let's take you out to Chicago. The White Sox taking on the Orioles at Comiskey Park. The White Sox were all over the Orioles in this one. Already up 10-0 in the 5th. Paul Konerko piling on a 3-run shot off B.J. Ryan, and it's 13-0 White Sox. They go on to win 13-4. Konerko 3 for 5 in this one. Kenny Lofton 2 for 2, now batting .426. On the other side of this break, it's the New York Mets, it's the Atlanta Braves on TBS.